My name is George Njuguna.
I'm Muthei Muni.
And this is the magazine. So we left or paused the story at where now you experienced and God sent someone to you.
Yeah.
And told you that you should lift up your burdens.
Yeah.
And before you just continue with the story, if you'd like to talk to us, you can get in touch with us on our WhatsApp number, that is +254 753 903 373. +254 753 903 373. And I told you can call us. So we fixed what we needed to fix on, and you can get in touch with us via calls. That is on +254 783 332 333. Get in touch with us, call us, and we'll pick up your calls, and you'll be able to talk to Muni.
Yes.
But tell us, how did you
go into the next chapter?
Yes.
So the next chapter is on release and surrender. Like I said, somebody was sent to me to tell me to release everything to God and to allow the healing to continue or to start. And the moment I received that message, I took it seriously because it was from God.
How long was this after you had buried your loved one?
Like a few months after.
Okay.
November. Not too far long ago.
Okay.
Like not too far past.
How many months? 2-3 months?
Like 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was still heavily grieving, and the pain was beyond this world. And at that time, I battled with release because release felt as though I was releasing control of the pain. I was releasing my ownership of the pain. I felt like I was releasing my love of this person. Because if I release the pain and the grief, I am releasing them. I am letting them go. But since they have already gone, I felt I still wanted to hold on to this person for a bit longer.
Okay.
So when God said release, it was very heavy to think of it in that way, because in a way it was a sacrifice. But God knew that it was a sacrifice worthy of giving for my peace and for my future. So I battled with that message for a while until I decided, after I went to all those people who had expert advice on which Bible verse to read, which prayer to pray, I decided, you know what? God said He will take care of me. Yeah. And He will heal me. He will help me. So let me try, I will try and trust God. And the way Christians we see trust, I've seen a different idea of trust. Trust is when God is carrying you. Trust is when you release your control of the situation. And trust is to believe that God has got you covered. And trust is believing that He knows what He is doing. So that brought a different perspective, because even if there's grief and there's pain, He knows what He's doing. So at that time I said, okay, He knows what He's doing. Yeah, He is God, obviously. So I went into prayer and I was honest with Him. I told Him, God, you said I should release everything to you, and I'm here to do it. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I am here to surrender everything. I was ready to surrender all the questions because the whole, like I mentioned, the whole situation was very foggy. It was blurry. There were no details. And so obsessing over all those details was the thing stopping me from progressing in my grief. Because I felt that if I solve at least what happened, then I can put it behind me. But God had to show me that you don't need to know what's going on. You don't need to know every detail. You just need to trust that I've got you. So I went into prayer and I was honest. I told him, God, you sent somebody and I'm here. I'm ready to release everything. And I made sure that when I told him that, I actually meant it. I meant it fully, because I didn't want to go in half-heartedly. I wanted to really mean it. And so I just visually, you mentioned, what does release mean?
Yeah.
Release to me means it is letting go of control.
Okay.
It is bearing everything into his hands. It is completely letting go and not letting it be in my mind or in my heart any longer. It is completely, if you envision it, it's like previously it was in my hands, but then now I let it go in God's hands and I completely let go. That is what release meant.
Okay.
And so I said, God, I'm ready. I release. And so I released it intentionally and wholeheartedly from my heart. And supernaturally again, I felt a wind blow.
Ooh.
And my burden lifted. Actually, from that day, I never asked myself any questions. Yes, I missed him. Yes, I felt pain of his loss, because he played an integral part in my life. But all those questions of what happened, all of them, I let them go. When I really meant it and I gave it to God, I meant it. And that is where now my true healing and my true peace started to flow. From that moment on, I started getting a little bit of joy. I started feeling like life was worth it again. I started seeing the beauty in life and stuff. So that is actually the turning point of everything, of when I chose to trust God and to release everything to him. And so for me, when I look at it in that way, I look at it in a way that if he did it for me, he can do it for other people. That if people or somebody chooses to trust in God in their own trials and tribulations, because all of us are battling with different things.
Yeah.
Somebody it's grief, somebody it's maybe debt, another person it could be infertility. All of those things are things that God is ready to bear. So when I see it in that way, if God can do this, then he can do all those other things. As long as somebody invites God and says, God, I've finished. I've tried everything, like I tried everything, and I'm ready for you now to do what you want to do.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that. It's a very heavy discussion. We've just kind of brushed through it, but I'm sure you have gone through a lot, and
Yeah.
God is our healer.
Yes.
He is our
definitely.
healer. Let's take another short break. When we come back, we talk about your second reason why you're here today, to talk about your purpose, what God has revealed to you and how you are living that journey. And